software development course of 2 video and a course of 1 video, and I've already loaded it in the Gira. In this binary there are four main functions. Those are add toxin, ring toxin, irrit toxin, and source toxin. We will go one by one through them. First we will go through add toxin function. The add toxin function contains some few variables here, and it scanf the chemical formula length. Then it checks if the length is less than 0x1. Then it asks for toxin index. Then it checks if the toxin index is less than 0 or greater than 1, or toxin index doesn't contain any 0. And then it allocates some memory according to chemical formula length, and it read the uh, read input from us in the given toxin index within limit of chemical formula length we have given to it. Then there comes the another function, bring toxin function. Now what it does, it just scan the toxin index here. Then it checks for the if toxin index is less than 0 or not, if it is greater than 0 or not, or toxin index contains 0. If that's the case, then it prints invalid toxin. Else, if a toxin freed variable value is 0, it makes it 1 and it frees the given index that we have given here, the index. Else, if toxin value index value is not 0, then it would print can only drink toxin once. Here it is vulnerable to UAF because after freeing it doesn't make the toxin index to 0, so it is vulnerable to use after free vulnerability. And we got the irrit toxin function. Same, it also takes the toxin index, it checks here, and then if we don't match that check, then it asks for a toxin formula, and it read the toxin formula. It reads the toxin in that index according to that size. And then we have got source toxin function, and source toxin function contains the it it is here to we for that so that we can search for the toxins we have already allocated, which we have already allocated. Then while moving down, we can see we have format string vulnerability here in the printf input search. Then it just search for our toxin in which index that we have that it is, and he found it prints found at index this and local 14. And now I will show that how will we use format string vulnerability and edit sorry drink toxin to exploit this binary, which I will do on notepad. That's okay.
What we are going to do is, let's suppose we have this chunk of heap. Okay, now we have this here, we have size. Let's say we have allocated this buffer here, get some address, let's say 0x1111, and well, this buffer, it got its contents here. Now when we free this and we got this its contents changed to the forward pointer and other to \x00, and same everywhere till allocated buffer, and this address goes to the tkj bins here, and this address goes here. Now what we are going to do is, we have got a global variable toxin freed, which sets to 1 when we free our allocated buffer, and got toxin indexes or a toxin array which contain the addresses addresses uh, where the malloc has happened to record the toxins there. So what we are going to abuse this is we are going to override the forward pointer and abuse use after free vulnerability to overwrite it with toxin free address. Then we are going to again, when we overwrite the forward pointer with toxin free address, the tcache beans contains the address of first this address here, then the address of toxin feed here, let's say, and toxin feed here. And now when we malloc the next time, this first address is going to get allocated, and first alloc this address is going to be allocated. Then in the second alloc we get the address of toxin feed to be allocated. Now what we are going to do is we are going to make alloc 0 to toxin feed, make toxin feed to 0 by overwriting it and abusing use after free. Then in the toxins we are going to write the address of underscore underscore free hook underscore free hook and only one that address, and we will overwrite other addresses present there with null byte or zeros. Then what we are going to do is after we get the addresses there to the free hook, we malloc it to the free hook index, and then we will contain address of underscore underscore free underscore hook on the toxin index. Then we will be able to edit it. So what we are going to do is now we will use the edit function. After the second malloc we'll use the edit function to override the address on the underscore underscore free hook with system address. Then we will allocate once again and allocate our address with slash bin slash bash backslash x00. Then what we are going to do is, as free hook is already overwritten by system address, now when we and toxin feed, this toxin feed is set to 0 now. Then we are able to free once more. So now after we call free here, the free will try to call the underscore underscore free hook, as the free hook is overwritten by system address, and what and the system function will call with address of allocated this allocated buffer, which would be slash bin slash bash. Yeah. Then boom, we should get a spawn a shell here. Shell. That's it.
Now, as I have already told how to do the exploit the binary, now I've got this file name a.exploit_docker_tree.py, which does the exploit for us. Now what it does, it has malloc function, and which just allocate the memory. It triggers the add toxin function in the binary, then it triggers the drink toxin function, and then it triggers the edit toxin function, then the search function trigger the search toxin function, but it leaks the address from there with the format string vulnerability. And we just take the ELF base, then we have got the ELF base, and we have the toxin free address at this given x offset. Then we will have the libc base, then we will have we will leak the libc base from source function, then we will have the libc base, then we will have free function, we will calculate it from the libc base, then we will have system address which we will leak from the libc base, then there's some info, then first malloc bring, then edit as explained in the notepad, then test, and this will be our payload, and then edit same as explained in the notepad, then let's execute this. Okay, let me run the docker image first. Okay, here you can see I've got this here. Thank you.